Hi, this is Rachel Barnett from Gentle Frog. In this video, I'm going to continue my series of comparing QuickBooks Online with QuickBooks Desktop for the purpose of helping undecided users kind of see the differences and maybe decide which one they like better. So it's not that one is right or wrong, it's more let me just show you how things work in both versions of the software so that you can decide which version fits your personality best. What we're looking at here is the QuickBooks Desktop software. We're looking at QuickBooks Premier 2020. You know that we're in the desktop software because it says on the top Desktop 2020, but also because you have telltale signs like the file in the upper left-hand corner. When we look at the QuickBooks Online software, you're going to see different stuff. You're not going to see the file, and at the top you'll see an address bar because it's a cloud-based program. So within QuickBooks Desktop, for this video, I want to show you how to record an expense. So an expense could be something like use the debit card or the credit card to go buy office supplies. So pretty straightforward kind of situation. To do this, what I'm going to do is on my home page, go over to the right-hand side of my screen where it says write checks. So I'm going to write a check. In this example, we're going to pretend like we use the debit card. So I can say checking 1234, that's where the money comes out of. I'm going to say I went to Staples. Today I went to Staples and I spent $50. One of the nice things that you have for QuickBooks Desktop is it'll pre-fill. And it'll say, oh, the last time you went to Staples, you called this office supplies. And so it's suggesting that the reason I went or the expense account I want to use is office supplies. If that wasn't correct, I could click the drop down and change it to a different expense account. I'm happy with that, so I'm going to choose Save and Close. I want you to see a second scenario just so that you know. I want to pretend that we didn't use the debit card, but instead we used the credit card. We started by clicking on Write Check, which means I would like to take money out of my checking account and apply it for an expense. If instead you've used the credit card, then you want to come down to the lower right-hand corner and click on where it says Enter Credit Card Charges. The screen's going to look very similar. The difference between the two is that when you say Enter Credit Card Charges, the account at the top where you're saying this is where the money is coming from, it's the credit card. A moment ago it said this is the checking account. I want you to see that when you click the drop down for the credit card, you only have choices of different credit cards that you might have saved in your system. So you cannot toggle between the checking and the credit card. If you started entering this and you realized, oh wait, I used my debit card, not my credit card, you get to wipe it out and start over. So the charges, just like before, will say today office supplies $50. And then at the bottom of the screen, I'm just clicking Save and Close. So pretty uninteresting, uneventful, but good to know. Let me show you what that looks like in QuickBooks Online. In QuickBooks Online, we don't have the dashboard or the home page to kind of navigate around. So all of our actions happen in the upper left-hand corner of our screen. There's a plus sign that says New. So I'm going to click on the plus sign that says New. I'm going to go to the second column where it says Vendors. Now I have two ways that I can go about doing what I just did. I can either choose Expense, which means I'm just logging an expense regardless of where the money came from, or I can choose Check. I want to show you what the two screens look like. When I choose Check, it's going to bring up this and it's going to say who's your payee, and then you get to pick one of your checking accounts or the savings account. What you don't get to pick in this list is the credit card. Over to the right, you indicate the check number, or you can say I'd like to print later or print the check onto check paper. I'm going to click Cancel because I don't want to use that for my example. For my example, I want to show you an expense. So I'm clicking on New, I'm going to go to Vendors, and I'm going to go to Expense. Most of the time, we're not handwriting checks, we're using the debit or the credit card. And so if I pick Expense instead of Check, When it comes over here to payment account, I can say that's my credit card, right? My Visa. Or I can say that came out of my petty cash, or that came out of my checking account. So I like the versatility of it, and I like it because maybe you thought you used the credit card, but you really used the debit card. You can just come up here and you can say, oh, that's what it is. And let's see here, office supplies. It did remember from before. It just so happened that I was doing something else that I made it uncategorized. So I'm over here and I'm changing the amount to $50. It also remembered the description from the last time I made an entry. So the description, that would be really great for something. I'm not really sure why I'm happy that it remembers this. Maybe I'm not even happy about that at all. So I would wipe out this description because it doesn't mean anything for this transaction. This transaction, of course, is all in the land of make-believe, but I wanted you to see, like, okay, I'm coming in here and I'm making the entry in the lower right-hand corner, save and close. When I say that this is how you do it, you go to the plus sign or you go over here to the lower right-hand corner. I do want to let you know it's not the only way to go about entering these transactions. It is a way. QuickBooks is really great about having lots of ways to do lots of things. So in these videos, I'm just picking and choosing what to show you. I'm not showing you all the ways because I think that would just get overwhelming and kind of boring. If you have any questions about QuickBooks Online, QuickBooks Desktop, you want to see something in action, I'm happy to do a side-by-side. I definitely want to let you know that I don't think that one is better than another. I think it's a lot based on personality. Maybe you look at one and say, oh, that software really clicks for me, or that software doesn't click for me so much, and maybe I'm not going to love either version, but I think I can tolerate one over the other. So I just wanted to kind of show you a couple of things, like here's how it's done in desktop and here's how it's done in online, so you can visualize it and really see for yourself and then make a decision like, okay, I'm ready to learn and this is the one I want to learn. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave a comment. You can also send me an email or schedule an appointment. Thank you so much.